celebration of South Korea will coincide with P&G's celebrations at an global level, celebrating a spectacular celebration of South Korea will coincide.
HWPL is drawing worldwide attention for breaking new ground in the movement for peace. And its Wings of Peace, IWPG and IPYG, are bringing together all women and youth around the world. They make up one body, working to realize peace according to the command of heaven. At the center of these waves of peace are Mr. Man-hee Lee, chairman of HWPL, who has a definite solution for achieving peace, and Ms. Nami Kim, chairwoman of IWPG, who always accompanies Mr. Lee on the journey of peace. In the last 3 years, Mr. Lee and Ms. Kim have visited 66 countries, working devotedly for humanity more than anyone else. Inspired by the message of the two chairpersons, people from all walks of life, including heads of state, legal professionals, religious leaders, journalists, women and youth, are actively joining this new wave of peace. For the sake of humanity, Mr. Lee and Ms. Kim have traveled the world as many as 20 times, and their World Peace Tour are bearing the fruits of peace in many places around the world, even at this moment. In September 2015, the Peace Advocates invited people from all different countries to the World Alliance of Religions Peace Summit, where heaven and earth were called as witnesses. People from all walks of life around the world gathered in one place solely for peace on an unprecedented scale. It was a grand festival of peace attended by over 2,000 family members of the global community, including 2,000 world leaders from 157 countries. Transcending all borders of nation, race, religion, and ideology, the summit brought about unprecedented achievement, which showed that the spirit of heaven were together. The attendees made very important pledges in the sight of God, all people of the world, and the peace advocate. Heads of state, politicians, and chief justices signed the agreement to propose the enactment of international law for the cessation of wars and world peace, whereas religious representatives and leaders signed the agreement promising to become one under the true God. During the 4-day Peace Festival, all the attendees could witness and experience the heavenly culture. In this generation, where peaceful coexistence is the greatest pursuit of humankind, the Warp Summit was lauded for awakening the world to peace. The Warp Summit sowed the seed of peace, opening up a new era. Just after the summit, invitations have poured in from around the world, leading Mr. Lee and Ms. Kim to resume their World Peace Tour. In various countries, peace conferences were held after the model of the Warp Summit. During 1 year since the Warp Summit, many achievements have been made. Most notably, HWPL World Alliance Religions Peace offices were established in various locations, where religious leaders are currently gathering to compare and discuss religious texts. Not only that, the groundwork is being laid for the implementation of an international convention on the cessation of war. These results testify to the fact that the peace agreements signed at the Warp Summit are coming to reality. Leaders in politics, religion, and media are being appointed as HWPL Peace Advisory Council members and publicity ambassadors. Now, HWPL days are holidays of peace that all people celebrate. HWPL days are being declared around the world. January 24th as a Mindanao Peace Agreement Day, May 25th as a Declaration of World Peace Day, and September 18th as a World Alliance of Religions Day. To commemorate the day on which promises were made for world peace and cessation of war, the monument to the success of the World Summit was erected. Many are voluntarily joining in to erect monuments in their respective countries and testify to the evidence of peace. The world is paying attention to Mr. Lee and Ms. Kim's peace movements that transcend all borders. Media outlets around the world are delivering the amazing news of peace. The first annual commemoration of September 18th World Alliance Religion Peace Summit was held in the Republic of Korea, the nation of peace. This peace event was more meaningful in that it was held in the same year of the 70th anniversary of Korea's independence. HWPL officially appointed international law experts as members of HWPL International Law Peace Committee. The HWPL International Law Peace Committee is comprised of 13 members who will lay the foundation of the International Convention on the Cessation of War. And they presented the Convention on the Renunciation and the Cessation of War and International Armed Conflict. From now on, the committee will promptly address important issues that will determine the future of humanity in order to bring about a peaceful world without war. After all sessions ended successfully, Mr. Lee and Ms. Kim invited the distinguished guests to the Peace Palace. The largest number of peace gathered at the Peace Palace, the home for all people of the world. When you visit the Peace Palace, there is a place you must look around. It is the gallery that displays HWPL's history of peace, various miniatures of exquisite craftsmanship, all sorts of artwork telling the story of the peace advocate receiving the command of heaven, and more. The peace advocate's life story is shown here in one place. Mr. Lee and Ms. Kim presented unforgettable memories to the attendees, instilling peace in their hearts once again. HWPL is touching the hearts of many around the world. Now the world recognizes the peace work of HWPL and joins in the effort. At the invitation of the United Nations, Mr. Lee and Ms. Kim visited New York. At the UN headquarters where the 70th session of the UN General Assembly took place, HWPL held a conference under the title Global Peace Leadership. At this point of time where humanity stands at the crossroads between destruction and coexistence, Mr. Lee's message gives hope to people around the world. He continued to deliver the message of peace during the meeting with the leaders in various sectors and at the banquet prepared by UN for the guests. The answer for peace that Mr. Lee received from heaven presents a definite solution and path to the religious world, which bears great responsibility for conflicts on earth. This is why people of all different religious backgrounds are gathering around the peace advocate. El Salvador became a blessed land that established a Memorial Day to commemorate HWPL's remarkable achievements of peace. Such government support for an event commemorating an NGO's movement is quite unprecedented. Started off with a draft convention that was presented at the first annual commemoration of the World Summit, the work for an international convention on the cessation of war is advancing at an astonishing rate. World-renowned international law experts expressed their willingness to join the work towards the implementation of the convention. As a result, new members were appointed to the HWPL International Law Peace Committee. Supported by the committee members' professionalism and expertise, the work towards the implementation of the convention is making greater progress. At Oxford University, Mr. Lee, who is the model of peace education, stepped onto the platform to deliver his speech. The heartfelt message from this father figure of youth saw the seeds of peace into the hearts of people gathered. Mr. Lee's peace movement shed strong light on the darkness of the world. Everywhere he goes, peace blossoms fully. HWPL's peace movement began in the Republic of Korea, the only divided nation in the world. Mr. Lee paved the way to peace for all people to follow. Today, the world has entered into a new era of peace, and the waves of peace are sweeping over all this earth. The movement for world peace and the cessation of war will culminate in North Korea. The completion of world peace is right before our eyes.